Hey guys, welcome back to another Pilates workout. This one is beginner or low intensity or just super gentle on your body. So when you're ready, you can roll down through your spine one vertebra at a time and then lengthen out the legs. So we're going to start with some nice gentle breaths. So you can close your eyes for this or keep them open. Take one hand onto your belly and one onto your chest. And now just focus on a nice deep inhale and exhale. Just take some awareness to your belly and make sure that you are breathing into your belly, expanding through the rib cage, up into your back and in through the front of your rib cage. You can open your eyes, bend your knees and place your feet on the floor. Then take your hands into a triangle shape and place them onto your pelvic floor. You're going to drop your thumbs down and press your spine into the mat and then lift and open and arch through your back. So you're thinking of a posterior tilt dropping down and an anterior tilt opening up. Really thinking of using your pelvic floor muscles to do this movement rather than simply using your core or your feet to move. Alright, we're going to go into pelvic rocks. So we're thinking of going side to side, dropping our right hip down, coming back center, dropping your left hip down, coming back to center. So again, engage through the pelvic floor to drop the hip or pelvis down, rather than thinking of simply just lifting and lowering your hips. Good, this should feel like a really nice gentle mobilization. Alright, now we're going to do pelvic clocks. So we're dropping down, we're tilting to the left, coming into our anterior tilt, dropping to the right, and coming back down, back into that posterior tilt. We're going to do that all again 4 times. So keep breathing and continue this movement thinking of it as a circular movement. Now we're going to go to the opposite direction. So this is anterior, dropping down to the left, tucking into posterior, to the right, opening up, to the left, posterior, and back to neutral. Nice work. Now we're going to come into a half glute bridge. So for this, you're going to think of going into that posterior tuck, lifting up your hips, but only a couple inches off the mat. And we're just going to hold it here isometrically and focus on 5 breath cycles. So keep contact into your feet. Make sure you can feel your big toe, your little toe, and your heel. Keep that posterior tuck. And then gently come down. Good, now we're going to do the same thing, but we're going to lift one leg at a time. So coming up, when you're ready, release one foot, keep that posterior tuck, and breathe. Keep that foot firmly planted onto the mat, feeling contact of your big toe, little toe, and heel. Nice work. Place that foot back down. Release the hips down for a little break and we'll come back up onto the other side. Tucking our pelvis, lifting our hip up just a fraction off the mat. Release the opposite leg and just breathe, keeping that foot firmly planted onto the mat. Nice work. Place the foot back down and release your hips down back to the floor. Now we're going to go into a full glute bridge. So we're going to articulate through our spine, 1 vertebra at a time comes off, and then 1 vertebra at a time comes down. And we're still searching for that posterior tuck before we come back into neutral and release. So I'm purposely not overextending into my back. I'm just trying to wake up my glutes, by doing this exercise, and I'm just trying to mobilize through my spine. Keep breathing out to lift the hips up and gently come back down. Great work. Let's move on. So you can lengthen your legs and your arms, and we're going to begin a peel up. Nice and slow, breathing in and out to come up, breathing in and out to come forward, really stretching through those hamstrings. And then one vertebrae at a time to come back down. So this is a nice core workout. It's also a great chance to stretch those hamstrings. So just enjoy this movement, waking up the core relatively gently. So keep focusing on your breath, breathing in and out to reach forward. Breathing in and out to come down. Breathing in and out to come up. Breathe in and then out to reach forward. Now we're going to go into a saw. So this is another great hamstring stretch. My arm does catch on the wall, so just do your best with this. So you want to reach that arm past your toe and then come back up. Reach that arm past that toe. Come back to sitting. Good, really come forward as much as you can. Get a really nice stretch through that back and through the hamstrings. Now we're going to go into some C curves, so another chance to wake up the core, and this is also great for opening up through your thoracic spine. So breathe in and then out. You're going to try and curve your back into a C-shaped position. Breathe in and out. Curve through that spine and especially through your thoracic. Good. This last time we're going to come down and hold it. So hold it here. Really feel like you're opening and separating through your scapula. And just hold it here. Keep breathing into your back, especially into those rib cage, into your back. And then coming up, and we'll roll back down onto our back. So we'll continue to work our core in quite a gentle way. So we'll take our feet up into tabletop, and you can either leave your head there or lift it up for a little added difficulty. You're going to drop one leg down on a 90-degree angle, tap the floor with your toe and lift it back up. Breathe in to come down and out to lift that leg back up. Keep alternating the legs. And if you feel any tension through your neck, you can take your hands behind your head and let your head relax into your hands. Keep control of the movement. Your core's working really nicely here, and you just want to not rush the movement. Good. As always, with every exercise, there can be made modifications. So for this one, you can not take your feet quite so low down. Alright, just relax into that back. Couple little circles. Now we're going to go into a little bit of a combo. So we're going to slide that foot out, kick it up, back, and return to the other side. Slide the foot out, kick it up towards you, lower it, and return. So this is our beginner version. I will make it a little bit harder after our first 6 reps, but you can stay doing this version if you like, or if you want to challenge yourself, then follow along after me. You're doing really well. Alright, if you want to, you can lift the head, and that's going to make it that wee bit harder. In the next round, I'll show you can take both your feet off the mat, and that's going to make it more advanced. So same movement style, we just haven't got that support from the floor. Nice work. The lower or longer your limbs go away from you, the more you're going to feel those core working. Great work. Hug those knees, relax the head and neck, couple little circles, and we'll carry on. Alright, we're going into ankle taps. We'll do 30 repetitions. Really try to bend at the waist and tap those ankles. I always think of little short micro breaths when I'm doing this, little breaths out as I change from side to side. Nice work. We are going to do this and the next exercise twice, so we get a little bit of a burn going. Alright, we're coming up into dead bug. Opposite arm and leg go long away from you, and then you change to the other side. Breathe out to extend and in to come back to center. I love Pilates, so you can just always take your time with the movement, really focus on your breath and that connection to what you're actually doing. And this is a nice little Pilates workout on days where you just need to take things a bit slower. Great work. Just rest for a few seconds and we'll do the exact same two again. Alright, here we go, 30 more ankle taps. Ten done. $20, we've got 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Great work. Let's come back up into our dead bug, into tabletop. Hands above shoulders, lengthen arm and leg long, come back to center. This one can be a little bit challenging for coordination if you've never done this before, but you'll improve quickly and it will be fine. Nice work. Keep breathing. Almost there. Nice work. We're almost done through this workout. We've only got about 5 more minutes. So we're going to come now into a 4-point kneel series, but we'll just start by mobilizing through our shoulders and lower back. So we're just thinking of sinking into our scapula and then rounding and opening like we did earlier in the C curve. So collapse through your scapula and then open and push the floor away. Breathe in to sink down and out to push that floor away and really open up into that thoracic region. Good, now we're focusing on just the lower back. Just like we did earlier, but lying on the floor, we're doing anterior and pelvic posterior tilts. So opening and arching and then closing and tucking. This should just feel like a nice gentle mobilization. Now we're going to come into a hover hold, so tuck your toes under and then lift up off the mat. Your knees will just be hovering above you, and we're just holding that into our shoulders, starting to activate our core, activating. Just about 5 breaths, and then we're going to release those knees and release the feet. Great work. Now we're going to lengthen one leg. Same arm as leg extends towards the ceiling. We'll come back to kneeling on the other side. Lengthen that leg. Same arm as leg lifts up towards the ceiling, coming back into our 4-point kneel. So the bottom leg will rotate underneath you to allow that twist. And this is a really nice modification to a side plank. So you're still really working on those hips, shoulders, supporting you in this movement, but we're not overloading it. You can opt in for bringing that underneath leg out and into your full side plank, but if you want to just take things a bit more gentle today, just continue doing the movement as I'm demonstrating here. Great work. Alright, let's come into a pike. So lift the hips up and press the head towards your knees, and then gently tread one ankle at a time, opening up through the hamstring and calf. This is a really nice full body stretch. Great work. Come back down, and we're going to just sit the hips back and reach the hands forward and just focus on breathing here. Couple nice breaths, and we will do that whole routine on the 4-point kneel again. So just enjoy this little breather. Alright, coming back into our 4-point kneel. Tuck those toes under, lift the knees up and hover and hold. You should feel your core and your shoulders lighting up. Keep breathing. We're just hovering for a few seconds. Great work. Release the knees and toes, and we're coming back into that nice side release. And there, that's me demonstrating the slightly more difficult variation. So you can tuck that lower leg up towards the top, or you can carry on like we did earlier. Just choose whatever variation feels right for your body today. Always find that line between finger and hand, and keep those shoulders in a good posture. So we just want to feel that length of our neck. Good. Alright, let's push back into that pike position, hips high, keeping our chest pressing down, and this time we are going to go opposite elbow to opposite ankle and reach just that little bit further. Try to sit those heels down as low as you can and reach the hand as far as you can as well. Another great stretch or variation on the same theme. Great work. Come back down, sit the hips back, keep the knees open as wide as you need to feel comfortable in this position. Again, just focus on breathing. Nice gentle breaths. Focusing on a nice deep inhale and exhale. Great work. Okay, you can come forward into a cobra position. Squeeze your glutes, pull your shoulders down and back, and you can lift your head. If this feels a little too demanding on your lower back, feel free to skip it and just go back into that child's pose position. Nice work. Pushing back into the 4-point kneel, just release any tension, and we are all done. Thanks for joining me, and I hope to see you again with another workout. Awesome work. Bye.